I paid $49.95 for revenge. Now I can't make it stop. It started with an ad. A stupid, bizarre ad that popped up as I was mindlessly scrolling one night. Get revenge on anyone for just $49.95 plus taxes. Results guaranteed. The image above it was weird. A grainy, low-resolution photo of a cake, lopsided and half-frosted, sitting in the middle of a dimly lit room. There were no candles, no decorations, just a single, tiny knife stuck in the center, like someone had tried to cut a slice but given up halfway. Below it, in bold red letters, "Start your 7-day plan today." I laughed. Then I clicked. I skimmed the fine print. Something about escalating consequences and a series of pranks over 7 days to the nominated victim. Finality of contract. One line caught my eye: recipient must be personally known to the sender. This includes in-person acquaintances, direct online communication, or individuals whose written words the sender has read. Weird wording. But I barely paid attention. When I reached the section where I had to type in a name, I hesitated. It felt childish, but Megan was the obvious choice. Best friend since high school. More like best tormentor. She had spent years making sure I always felt less than. Every insult disguised as a joke. Every eye roll when I spoke. Every time she forgot to invite me somewhere, only to tell me later, "Oh, I just assumed you wouldn't want to come." Still, something about actually typing her name felt final. As if I somehow knew that once I did this, I couldn't go back. I clicked submit. Nothing happened. No confirmation email. No pop-ups. Just silence. I rolled my eyes and went to bed, convinced I just wasted my money. The next day, Megan fell down a flight of stairs between classes. She broke her wrist and sprained her ankle. I overheard her telling our friend group that she swore someone pushed her, but there was no one there. At first, I laughed it off. Megan was always dramatic. But later, alone in my dorm, a strange unease crept in. I did this. Didn't I? No. Of course not. It was just a coincidence. Right? The day after, Megan's car swerved off the road. She said the brakes wouldn't work. The mechanic found nothing wrong. Thankfully, she wasn't seriously hurt, but she was badly shaken. I couldn't shake the heavy, sinking feeling in my gut. This was exactly what the ad promised. By day 3, Megan showed up to class wearing long sleeves. In the middle of a lecture, she pushed them up absent-mindedly, and I saw it, deep, jagged scratches covering her arms. I couldn't stop staring. Like something had clawed her in her sleep. She caught me looking. "I don't know what's happening," she muttered. I think I might be losing my mind." Her voice was different. Small. Scared. I wanted to tell her I was sorry. But I wasn't sure who I'd be apologizing to, her or myself. Day 4. I passed by her dorm, and the door was open. People were gathered around, whispering. I peeked inside. Liar. Thief. The words were spray-painted across the walls, in jagged, erratic lines. Her roommate swore Megan hadn't left her bed all night. The door had been locked from the inside. Day 5. It was during class. Megan coughed. Then choked. Then vomited. Teeth. Not her own, her mouth was still full. But these were yellowed, broken, crumbling. Like they had been ripped from dozens of different people. She screamed. I nearly did, too. That night, I sat awake, staring at my laptop, shaking. What the hell had I done? On the 6th day, Megan didn't come to class. When I finally saw her, she was hunched in the common room, rocking back and forth, eyes darting to things no one else could see. Her hair had turned white in patches. She smelled like something rotting. She didn't speak. I don't think she could anymore. Day 7. They found her in the dorm showers, curled in the corner, her mouth locked open in a silent scream. No one could explain how the water had been running hot enough to boil skin from bone. I couldn't breathe. This was my fault. I checked my bank statement, my stomach twisting. The charge from the website was still pending, but now it had a note next to it. Payment in progress. Please nominate the next recipient. I clicked the transaction. A webpage loaded. You must nominate someone. 7 days will begin again. If no name is submitted, the cycle will revert to the original sender. I felt cold all over. No. No, no, no. I shut my laptop, my heart slamming against my ribs. But the next morning, I woke up with a scratch across my stomach. Not just a scratch, letters. Tick-tock. It was happening to me. I panicked. I had to pick someone. I wasn't ready to die. Megan wasn't the only one who had made my life hell. What about Olivia? She laughed at Megan's jokes. She made plenty of her own. I typed in Olivia's name. The cycle began again. I watched in horror as Olivia suffered. It started small, like Megan's had, a bad fall, weird scratches. Then it escalated. By day 5, she was pulling long strands of black hair from her throat, sobbing. By day 7, she was gone. But the cycle didn't stop. Another charge appeared on my account. Another demand. Next recipient required. I ran out of mean girls. Then I nominated a professor who humiliated me in front of the whole class. Then a barista who sneered at me when I fumbled my order. Then a roommate from high school. Each time, the cycle restarted. Each time, I had to watch as someone else unraveled. Teeth falling out. Fingers bending backwards. Rotting smells that clung to them even after they scrubbed their skin raw. Every death felt heavier. Every choice felt worse. And then, I ran out of names. I stared at the empty box on the website. My hands shook. I knew what would happen if I didn't submit a name. The cycle would revert to me. I tried entering celebrities, strangers, politicians. It rejected them. The recipient must be personally known to the sender. This includes in-person acquaintances, direct online communication, or individuals whose written words the sender has read. My breath caught in my throat. There was no one left. And now it's day 6. I wake up covered in scratches, my reflection whispering things I don't understand. I feel something watching me from the corner of every room. The floorboards creak when no one is there. I know what's waiting for me tomorrow. I have one day left. And I have no one else to choose, but you.